Hello guys, I'm Ryan Lim of Keystone Biology. I really thank you for choosing Biology 700. Okay, so Biology 700 is an intermediate level of the Keystone Biology, and it is targeted for those students who already knows all the basic stuff and aim for the about 700 in real SAT biology. Okay, so before you do anything, please go to the website and find a diagnostic test and take it. And if you don't get over about 80% of the questions, then I strongly advise you to go back to the blueprint, which is a basic level, and take that first or review it, okay, until you get the about the perfect score out of the diagnostic test, okay. So we have in the Keystone Biology 3 levels: the basic one, blueprints, and intermediate, this one, 700, and advanced one, 800, right? So, and of these 3, the Bio 700 is the longest one and the most important course, okay? Because it includes the basic levels, all the materials that we talked about in the basic level, and at the same time, it provides a very strong bridge to the advanced level, okay? So, it only talks about the materials that is very frequently comes up on the real SAT. So how frequent? Like if there's like two sets of the different exams, then there's like 80% or the 90% of the chance that you're going to see the materials that you learn in this course, at least in one of the courses in either of these. Okay, so and that's also based on the data that I've been personally collecting for over a few years. So that's really all proven. And yeah, I guess I'm not really certain, but I'm not really trying to brag up or something, but I might be the only one who take as many SAT2 biology exams as you can possibly take. Like I take like at least over 5 times or 6 times per year. So it's all based on realistic and the latest data that you can get. So that's very good, right? So this Bio 700, after like a thorough and perfect completion of this course, you should be able to get at least 700, which is a kind of decent score, considered decent score in most prestigious colleges, including all the Ivy Leagues, right? So for 700 in the biology, SAT biology, is pretty good score, right? It's decent, like it's same as getting like 800 from the SAT2 chemistry, right? So this course has like 40 lectures. Yeah, it's a lot, right? But so, like along the way, you might get tired, you might get exhausted. Yeah, I understand that. It's really, really long lectures. But whenever you get to that point, try not to think of this thingy. Try not to think of this like studying for college admissions. Instead, just think of it as like building your own house. Okay. So when you try to build your own house, you wouldn't like half-mindedly build it, right? You're just gonna try everything you could possibly do, like your interiors, all the things that you can possibly do. So you're just gonna try to build a beautiful, very comfortable, like perfect house for you, right? Because that's like a semi-permanent properties for the entire your life, right? But so why do you care less about some properties for something that you can permanently have forever in your life? I mean, learning these things. I mean, the learning biology itself is important, but like the putting effort to learn something new, that process itself is really valuable asset, properties to you, to your life experience, right? So just doing this think of it as like a fun journey or something, okay? It's not always like that difficult or boring thingy, okay? So everything you do, all those little efforts you put into your life, they add up, okay? So it's like a butterfly effect. It doesn't seem like you get to see like immediate result, but like I said, everything adds up, and then eventually later on, you're gonna get a greater consequences, which is positive consequences in this case, right? And like in actually, most of your position is much greater than I used to be. Like in my case, I started to study for the SAT1 and the SAT2, especially Biology 1, in September of my senior year. I didn't really have other choices because I was preparing for something else, and then all of a sudden, I just changed my course to study in the States for the college. So I just abruptly changed my course. So I only had like 2 months ahead of me, and that's not really much of time, right? So I didn't really have some other people who can help me, or who I can ask for some a piece of the advice or something. So I just totally on my own, right? So what I decided to, I just bought a book. I guess that was a Baron or something. I don't really remember. It was like a long time ago. So I just picked up the book, and I just basically memorized the entire thing that I can possibly see on that book. So it even got to the point where I even remember all the pages that I tried to think of, right? I was even reviewing the book while I was sleeping. It was all crazy. Of course, I was total mess during the time, like both mentally and physically. Like I got to have a habit, like I constantly scratch my head or something, and at the same time, because I sit put on the same place for like 12 hours straight per day, and all stressed out, right? So like your digestive system doesn't really work well. So it's like, first time I got diarrhea, and after a few days, it's the constipation. And after that, diarrhea again, constipation, and it flips over, between those two. And there's a certain toll that a man's sphincter can tolerate. And once you exceed it, you get hemorrhoid. Never even heard of it, right? A hemorrhoid, it feels like your asses are splitting into 4 pieces at the same time you're bleeding. So, okay. So it's not really good. It's too much information, right? All right. So enough with my health issue. So go back to the lecture part. So all the things that you're going to be learning here is really important. And it's the things, not just like randomly put together stuff. What you're learning here is just all proven, like scientifically and statistically by myself and by over 100 students that I've taught for over 5 years. Okay, so it's all proven and it's all good. So if you trust me and just follow my lead, you'll get what you want. You get the score you dream of. All right, that I can guarantee you. All right, so enough of talking, and now we're going to talk about the breakdown of this Biology 700. All right, let's get to the next slide. So part 1, just like the blueprints one, is about the cells. Okay, so we're going to talk about the biochemistries, all the atoms, the molecules, and after that, we're going to talk about the cells, like the structures, substructures of the cells, the difference between the prokaryotes and the eukaryotes, and in the cellular respiration, we're going to basically talk about how the cells, either prokaryotes or the eukaryotes, they obtain the energy out of their food source. And the photosynthesis is basically talking about those, for example, the plants, how those photosynthesizing organisms get the convert the photo-like energy into the glucose, which is a food source for the plants.